All right, if you're a developer, you know this feeling. The grind of writing tests. It's so critical, right? But man, it is a massive time sink. So what if I told you you could slash that time, not by a little, but by like up to 80% and get better test coverage in the process? Okay, let's dive into how AI is completely changing the game for software testing. So let's start with a number. And this one should really make every developer, every engineering lead kind of sit up and pay attention. 40%. That's how much time developers on average are spending just writing and maintaining tests instead of, building cool new features. Just think about that for a second. That's 2 full days out of every single work week. Just gone, dedicated to testing.
And look, this isn't just, the cost of doing business. No way. It's a major bottleneck in the whole development cycle. But here's the good news, and this is what this whole explainer is about. It's a problem we can actually fix now.
Okay, so first up, let's really dig into this whole testing time sink thing. Because, to really get why the AI solution is such a big deal, we have to appreciate the sheer scale of this hidden drain on our resources. And what's so wild about this is the paradox it reveals. I mean, even with all that time we're pouring in, this chart shows that the average code base has this massive coverage gap. We're talking a situation where maybe 50% of the code is actually tested, which means the other half is completely exposed. So we're spending a ton of time just to leave our apps pretty vulnerable. That's kind of crazy, right? And here's the real kicker. To write those truly comprehensive tests manually, the ones that catch all those sneaky little edge cases, it can take up to 4 times longer than writing the feature in the first place. I mean, that equation just doesn't scale. It's unsustainable.
But what if we could just flip that whole equation on its head? And this is where we get to the idea of the AI Copilot. It's a totally new way to build. This is where AI stops being a nice-to-have gadget and becomes a fundamental shift in how we build quality software from the ground up.
So, what are we actually talking about here? Well, at its core, AI test case generation is all about using the power of large language models. Yeah, the same tech that's behind tools like ChatGPT. These models have been trained on billions, literally billions of lines of code from places like GitHub. And we're just leveraging that to automatically do the heavy lifting of creating test suites for us.
And listen, this isn't some kind of black magic. It's a really clear, logical process. First, the AI starts with code analysis. It's basically reading your code, understanding its structure, its logic, and looking for potential weak spots. Next up, your prompt kicks off what's called pattern activation. This is where the AI digs into its memory, pulling out all the relevant test patterns it's learned from millions of other projects. And finally, it performs a coverage analysis, where it's specifically hunting for those gaps, those tricky edge cases and untested paths that a human might totally miss.
Okay, so if the AI is so smart, does that mean we just, type write tests and go grab a coffee? Absolutely not. And this is so important. The quality of what you get out is directly tied to the quality of what you put in. Your prompt is everything.
Yeah, just think about it like this. A super vague prompt like write tests for this function, that's like trying to build a cabinet with only a hammer. It's clumsy, it's imprecise, it gets one job done, kind of. But a great prompt, that's a precision tool. It's like a Swiss Army knife. It's specific. It tells the AI which test framework to use, it asks for the happy paths, and most importantly, it explicitly calls out edge cases. Empty lists, zero values, error conditions, the works.
And here is the payoff. The bad hammer prompt, that's like casting a single fishing line. Yeah, you might catch one fish, a single basic happy path test. And sure, it works, but it's dangerously incomplete. Now the good Swiss Army knife prompt, oh man, that's like casting a giant net. It brings back over 9 comprehensive tests covering everything, from empty inputs and zero tax rates to decimal precision and even invalid data types. The difference is just, it's night and day. Okay, so we've seen the dramatic results. Now let's break it down. Let's look at the anatomy of a great prompt. It turns out there are 5 key ingredients you really need to get this right.
All right, think of these as the ingredients for your perfect prompt recipe. First, you need code context. Don't just give it the function. Give it related docs, dependencies, the whole picture. Second, state your test requirements loud and clear, like, hey, use PyTest, or I need this in Jest. Third, and this one is absolutely crucial, make explicit edge case requests. You have to ask for the nulls, the negatives, the boundary conditions. Fourth, provide examples. This is a technique called few-shot prompting. You literally show the AI an example of the kind of test you want so it can copy your style. And finally, number 5, specify the output format.
Tell it exactly how you want the generated code to be structured.
Okay, armed with all that knowledge, let's get practical. Let's talk about your AI testing playbook, when to use this and how to use it to get real, tangible results.
This right here, this is the heart of a powerful prompt. You should almost think of it like an incantation, a magic spell. You're not just politely asking for tests. You are commanding the AI to hunt for specific points of failure. Empty, null, zero, negative, and it proved to you how your code handles errors when things go wrong.
But, and this is super important, you gotta know the right tool for the right job, right? AI is absolutely fantastic for generating unit tests, integration tests, and discovering those weird edge cases we talked about. But for highly specialized stuff like security penetration testing, performance and load testing, or visual UI validation, you still need those dedicated tools and, frankly, human expertise. Remember, this is a co-pilot, not an autopilot.
So where does that leave us? What's the final takeaway? Let's just boil everything we've covered down to your key next steps.
Okay, if you remember literally anything from this, make it these 3 crucial takeaways. Number 1, be specific. Vague prompts give you vague, useless tests. Simple as that. Number 2, you have to request the edge cases. The AI is smart, but it's not a mind reader. You have to explicitly tell it to go hunt for them. And number 3, and this is non-negotiable, always review the code. AI will get you 90%, maybe even 95% of the way there, but a human developer must always validate that final output.
And I'll just leave you with this one question to think about. That next critical bug, the one that makes it all the way to production, is it possible that it could have been caught beforehand? Not by spending 4 times as long writing manual tests, but just by spending a few extra seconds crafting a much better prompt?